Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and I'm back with another battle on my special ladder series where I climb the online ladder and provide live commentary as I play VGC 2014 matches. Today, I'm using a new Pokemon, one that's been pretty highly requested by you guys. I'm using Pyroar, which is known for its pretty good speed and its diverse move pool in Overheat, HP Ice, and Hyper Voice. Now, I'm running a Life Orb set. The rest of the Pokemon are Pokemon I've been using for a while: Kangaskhan, Amoonguss, Salamence, Aegislash, and Rotom Wash. A lot of you guys have also been asking me to update with my rating, since this is me technically climbing the online ladder. So my rating is 1771. My opponent's rating is 1736 from Japan, and we're going to go into team preview. So in team preview, my opponent's going to have a pretty similar team to me: Kangaskhan, Salamence, Garchomp, Rotom Heat, Amoonguss, and Aegislash. So it looks like Pyroar can actually do a lot of work in this set because it can KO the Salamence and the Garchomp and the Amoonguss and the Aegislash. So I definitely want to bring Pyroar in this. Obviously, I want Kang. I think Rotom Wash is good to check my opponent's Rotom Heat too. And leaning towards Salamence as my last one. But I'm going to lead with Kangaskhan and Pyroar. And definitely want Rotom Wash. And I think Salamence as my back one. Kind of want Amoonguss or Aegislash too, though. But I'm going to go with Salamence, just to get the Intimidate off. Let's see how much work Pyroar can actually do in this set. I think Pyroar can actually be really good, though, especially since it basically hits 4 of my opponent's 6 Pokemon for super effective damage, especially the Double Dragon. But I still need to be careful of not getting KO'd before it gets to do anything. So perhaps I should have actually kept it in the back. That probably would have made more sense. But I can easily switch out into my Rotom Wash or my Salamence, so I'm not that concerned. But we'll see. My opponent is taking a while to pick his team, and we're going to finally go into it. Now, Rotom Heat and Aegislash are 2 Pokemon that have been gaining a lot of popularity, especially after Ray Rizzo won regionals with it in Massachusetts last weekend, so it's no surprise my opponent's running that. His team is actually very similar to Ray's team. He has 5 to 6 Pokemon. Garchomp, he has over Ray's unique Wigglytuff, which I'll actually be doing an analysis, and you'll probably see on a future team. So I'm going to lead with Kangaskhan and my Pyroar. My opponent's going to go with Rotom and Salamence. So, not the worst lead matchup here for me, especially because I threaten the HP Ice. And Pyroar actually does have Unnerve, which is cool, because it basically means that my opponent can't eat berries. So, for example, Citrus Berry is a common item on Rotom, but because I do have Unnerve, it's not something that you should expect to see. But here, I kind of just want to fake out the Rotom and actually Hyper Voice. I feel like the fake out HP Ice play onto the Salamence is relatively obvious, and I don't want to suffer from that. I definitely want to fake out the Rotom. Now, I don't think Pyroar is actually bulky enough to live with... Actually, it should be bulky enough to live with Draco Meteor. But I'm going to predict the Salamence switch out, so I'm going to fake out and Hyper Voice. But this may be a grave mistake. Let's see. I want to get as much damage off onto that Rotom as possible so I can return it the next turn for a KO. And if he does switch out, then I'll be in a huge advantage. But as always, you can never actually tell. It looks like he is going to stay in, though, so I might just lose my Pyre right from the start, and that's going to be a huge loss for me. But it all depends on what he does with that Salamence and who he decides to target. Also, I'm not entirely sure whether I can actually survive a Draco Meteor or not. You know, maybe I can. Draco Meteor's power is a lot weaker than it is in previous years. Okay, he is going to go for the Draco Meteor. Targeting Salamence. Excuse me. Salamence targeting Kangaskhan. So that's going to do a decent amount, but not that much. As I said, Salamence's Draco Meteor not as powerful as it has been, as I am going to get a Life Orb Hyper Voice. Look how much damage that did, guys. Holy cow, that was incredible. Now that Salamence is at +2, so I do have a good advantage here, and I should probably write my opponent's team down before I get it. It was Rotom Heat, Salamence, Aegislash, Amoonguss, Kangaskhan, and the last one was... What was the last one? Garchomp. Okay, so that's always good to know. Always good to write your opponent's team down. Now here, you'd have to anticipate the Salamence switching out into... I want to say Aegislash. I think I'm going to go for the Power Up Punch here onto Rotom Heat and another Hyper Voice. I'm so surprised by how much that Hyper Voice did, though. Holy cow. But it looks like Rotom Heat switching out to Aegislash, so a good switch on my opponent's part. As the Salamence launching another Draco Meteor, this time going to be onto the Pyroar. And Pyroar's going to take that pretty well. Only brings it down to 75 HP, as I am going to get the knockout here with Hyper Voice, I think. Actually, no, it might be able to survive. Let's see. Okay, no, it is a KO. Can you believe that? A spread move like that with Hyper Voice still managed to 2-hit KO Salamence. That's incredible. Pyroar is putting in work. Unfortunately, Power Up Punch not going to do here anything here, but the only play that I could have done kind of better to anticipate that was overheating the Aegislash and returning, but that would have been quite the advanced prediction. I wanted to play it safer. So now the Kangaskhan's going to come in, and I'm up 4-3, and the Rotom Heat in the back is severely damaged, so I'm in a good position, but not exactly in the best, as Aegislash is something that walls my team relatively well out of Pyroar. I think I just want to get as much damage off as possible. I'm going to go for the return onto Kangaskhan and the overheat. So no matter who he fakes out, it's going to take some damage, enough for my Salamence to come in and finish it off. So let's see. Kangaskhan's going to Mega Evolve here. Now let's see who Kangaskhan fake outs. Oh, it went for the Sucker Punch instead. Okay. Definitely wasn't anticipating that, and I'm surprised he did it on Pyroar since the Protector of the Switch was relatively obvious, but it was my fault to kind of go for the safer play there and not switch it out. But I'm going to get this return off. It's going to bring the Kangaskhan to just under half, which is a good amount of damage. Aegislash is going to Stance Change here, most likely going to go for a Sacred Sword to knock my Kangaskhan out. But it's actually going to reveal Flash Cannon, so it's not running Sacred Sword. So that might not KO my Kangaskhan, but it is, unfortunately. So now I'm down 3-2. I just lost 2 of my Pokemon. Pyroar did put in a lot of work though, so I'm pleased with what it was able to do, as I am against a Aegislash and Kangaskhan that's at -1, and I'm going to get my Salamence in for the free Intimidate. So now I'm kind of in a predicament. Between whether I want to Fire Blast or Draco Meteor. Obviously, if I Draco Meteor, then I'm going to have a very tough time against that Aegislash. So I'm thinking of Fire Blasting and Thunderbolting the Kangaskhan. Or actually Hydro Pumping for a possible Rotom Heat switch in. Though if Rotom Heat switches in, I'm actually fine, so I'm not very worried about a Rotom Heat switch in. Yeah, so I'm going to Fire Blast and Thunderbolt the Kangaskhan. Which is going to switch out, okay. And the reason why I actually don't want the Rotom to faint is because I don't want the Kangaskhan to just come in for free. But looks like Aegislash is going to King Shield here. Rotom Heat apparently doesn't have a Citrus Berry, even with that Unnerve. So Salamence is going to get this Fire Blast off. Let's see if Fire Blast and Thunderbolt is enough to KO Rotom. I think it actually might be, but let's see. Oh, I did get a crit there. So that crit actually probably hurting me more than helping me. But I'm going to knock out the Rotom Heat. Okay, so we're now going to go down to 2-2. I am locked into Fire Blast. But he doesn't know I'm Choice Scarfed yet, I don't think, because I didn't reveal it there. He's going to send in Kangaskhan here. And he's most definitely going to want to go for the fake out here with Kangaskhan. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp onto Kang, because I don't think Hydro Pump is a KO, and the Fire Blast onto Aegislash. He's in a good position though right now, I'm not going to lie. I think it's his game, it's my game to lose, and it's his game to obviously win. He's definitely in a better position than I am, especially because he's threatening fake out there, and that was a great switch by him the previous turn. I probably should have actually went for the Will-O-Wisp onto Aegislash since I had a feeling he would switch, but if I didn't KO the Rotom there, I actually would feel a lot better about my position because I'd actually be able to double target. Oh, and the Fire Blast is going to avoid! Ouch! As Kangaskhan's going to go for a double edge onto my Salamence. Oh, that avoid! He's going to KO me here. Darn, I really needed that damage there. I think this Aegislash is obviously going to go for... Oh, and the double! Obviously, Rotom, when it needs to hit that Will-O-Wisp, missing, so that's really unfortunate. Had I hit my 2 attacks there, I think I would have ended up with the win in this game. Oh, and to add insult to injury, he's going to get the decrease from Shadow Ball as well. So this game's kind of a lost cause at this point. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp onto Aegislash, hoping it changes forms, but it looks like it's not even going to bother. Kangaskhan, I'm going to go for a double edge here, and that is going to take me out, so unfortunate there. I don't think I played the best, but I don't think I played the worst too. I definitely should have played a bit smarter since I did anticipate that Rotom Heat coming in, and I could have done a bit more to lean it towards me. But if I did hit Fire Blast and Will-O-Wisp at the end, I think that game would have been mine. But of course, he got the special defense drop on Shadow Ball as well, so it's hard to say, and he probably actually would have been able to KO me the following turn with that. But that was a really great game. Pyroar did a lot of work. Unfortunately, was not able to carry me to victory, but if he was definitely the MVP of this team. So let me know what you guys thought about the game, Pyroar itself, and my inability to hit attacks when it matters the most. As always, I am producing content at a daily rate, but always 500 likes is the goal for these videos, and it's always awesome to see. So, if you enjoyed the battle, like it up, and if you haven't subscribed already, obviously get to that. Anyway, that's it for today's battle, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.